Hello Libra, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing Libra's weekly psychic tarot reading. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are welcome. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Just want to announce that this Sunday, February 4th, I've got a group class that I'm offering for those of you who would like. It's a 2-hour reading space, so group reading intentions the first hour, and then the second hour you can ask your individual questions. So check it out in the link below. Weekly drop-in class, so hope to see you there. All right, Libra, let's get to your reading. In the past, we have the King of Swords. Clarity, truth. This person's very smart, very intelligent, seeing things head over heart, a lot of clarity. It looks like this is your energy, Libra. In the past, you started, it feels like you started inviting the truth in. And you're in a connection. There's some type of relationship with someone who's very immature, and it feels like they've got a strong relationship with deception. I feel like you can spot this deception because you used to be more deceptive yourself. You know, maybe as a coping strategy, or just not realizing the importance of truth. There's something here about a switch. It feels conscious. Maybe you, in the past, were becoming more conscious, more aware. It looks like your feelings for this person and how they operate in you feel immature, and there's a lack of maturity here. So a lack of being, this person doesn't want to learn anything new. I feel the frustration. You might have been in a codependent connection. Maybe you financially it feels like so enmeshed in this connection that it's hard to separate. So also codependent. I don't know where I end and this person begins. You might also have been financially dependent on them. Gosh, wow. Feels like while you were in this, you were mourning the loss of this connection while you're in the connection. There's all these hidden feelings. It feels like you had to really repress and suppress your emotions to stay in this connection. You started creating healthy boundaries within this connection, standing your ground. But I don't feel like that went over very well. Yeah. You sacrificed. It feels like you've sacrificed so much to this connection. And maybe that's part of this, is overgiving, sacrificing of yourself. It feels like there's a belief that eventually that will come back. Someone will do that for me. But it feels like the more and more you sacrifice yourself in this relationship, the less you respect your boundaries, the less you respect your time, your energy. And so others are just, if you're willing to be taken advantage of, then they will. It feels like you're not requiring much of people. You're not requiring much of them, but you require so much of yourself. Wow, there's a lot here. I think you are used to feeling like an option, feeling like you put people on a pedestal or center people, put people before you, and they treat you like an option. As difficult as that is, it feels like that also stems from childhood, where you weren't chosen, you weren't centered. It feels like childhood prepared you for this relationship, taught you how to sacrifice yourself, how to give and give and give of yourself, how to not center yourself. It looks like you wanted to speak your truth. It feels like you started speaking your truth in the past. Wow. Wow, Libra. All right. In present energy, Libra, we have, what is this? The Star. The Star card. This is hopeful energy. Make a wish. Ooh, are you making a wish? Wonder what you're wishing for. It feels like a lot of you want love, want a loving connection, want to understand the structure of love too. There's a lot of healing in hope. Wow. Okay. It looks like for a time now it feels like you've been blocking love when it's offered, but it feels like in the least you're accepting love from yourself. You're interested in focusing on yourself. It feels like you've got this energy of hope. Like you're letting your guard down. Some of you are healing your mother wound, learning how to nurture yourself, learning how to create stability for yourself. It looks like you're ending a cycle of insecurity, instability, a lack of abundance, a lack of fertility. That cycle is ending. It looks like now you are, when you need a question answered, you go within to find your answers. You realize that it feels like in the past you might have allowed others to decide for you. You gave up the power of decision here and there. What should I do? What do you think I should do? It feels like there's a lack of trusting your own intuition. It feels like that was part of growing up. They didn't want you to feel how you're feeling. They didn't want you to have your own intuition, your own point of view. You're supposed to see things the way they need you to see things. Your parents needed you to buy the lie, to see things from their vantage point. It wasn't about you being an independent person with your own feelings and emotions. It feels like you were raised in a family where it's like you're born and you have a job. Your job is to be there for your parents, to not make things difficult, to not take up space, to help them out, you're responsible for their emotions, for how they're feeling. So they're not grounded. They're very immature. At least when you were young, And you're responsible somehow. A child is responsible for how an adult feels. There's a lot there to unpack and to acknowledge and accept that it was not desirable to teach you how to guide yourself, how to lead yourself, how to find your own answers. And it feels like in present time, that's really the main focus is, can I steer myself? Can I guide myself? All right, Libra, what's hidden is the Knight of Swords. This is someone, fast-moving energy, very clear messages, honest, authentic. What do we need to know about these messages? Okay, so you are, wow. Ding, 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 indeed. Okay, Libra, what's hidden is that it feels like you are speaking up. You might be writing, you might be communicating the truth about why you walked away from this connection. Wow. It feels very empowering. There's something about you speaking your truth that's helping you let go of some type of, I'm not allowed to tell the truth. I'm not allowed to speak the truth about what someone who was at one time very close to me, parents, maybe a spouse or a close relationship. It looks like you are letting go of beliefs that somehow you have to protect your abusers, that you are not allowed to speak your truth because some programming that it's more important to protect the people that are hurting you. Jeez. So it's a web of toxic beliefs that have kept you very quiet, made you not believe in yourself, not make you believe in how you were perceiving things. And it feels like, I don't feel like you're going on a smear campaign, but if asked, it feels like you're speaking the truth about what you've experienced. It looks like by speaking your truth, you're letting your... it feels like a lot of you have waited and waited and waited for the people who've mistreated you to acknowledge, to validate what they've put you through. And I think you're realizing that that's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. They're never going to validate your experience. I think you've waited for a long time, like acknowledge the poor treatment, and you're done waiting. You're going to do the healing without them. You're going to speak your truth. You're not trying to exact revenge. It's just, I'm speaking my truth. If you don't like the truth that I'm speaking, maybe that's a clue that you shouldn't have behaved and treated me in the way that you did. That's the sign. The answer isn't that I keep quiet forever. The answer is that if you're embarrassed by the truths that I'm speaking, then it's not on me. Like that. Does that make sense? Feels like you're the Seven of Wands came in the beginning of the reading. It feels like you're really standing your ground. Wow. All right, Libra. The advice is 10 of Swords. This has been a very painful chapter. Maybe your whole life has had a lot of this painful betrayal. People making you feel like it's your fault, you're the problem. It's been very challenging for you to have a new beginning. It feels like you might be a bit stuck in healing this. There's a need to find your way, find the new timeline. Can you imagine that eventually you will heal from this? There's the possibility of healing from all of this that I've talked about, your childhood wounds, your traumas, and move to a new timeline where you pretty much forget that this ever happened. You don't forget, you have the wisdom from it, but it doesn't create the woundedness that it has. There's someone's making moves. It feels like in the past, you were stuck and you weren't. It feels like you believed more in how others were perceiving you than how you perceive yourself. And it looks like the advice is to switch that, to give less value to how people are perceiving you. And how do I feel about myself is first, putting yourself first, centering yourself. It's going to feel like you're being selfish, because it feels like you've sacrificed so much in the past that coming into balance and creating healthy boundaries, saying no to what you really don't want to be involved in. It feels like you've said yes when you really meant saying no in the past. Honoring how you feel. It feels like you're healing the people pleasing. I don't need to do things for others. If someone is staying just because you do things for them, and if you stop giving and giving when you're not receiving back and you lose those friends, have you really lost something? Or have you just lost people who are takers? You might feel a bit lonely, but I think there's a real looking at who's around you. I'm also getting that you're wanting, there's advice here to find your feminine energy, be in your feminine energy to attract. You're not going to have to, at least right now, do to make your fortune, to make your finances, to find stability. It feels like you have access to a lot of attractive energy right now. Imagining all that you want, your blessings finding you, and you receiving them, you allowing them to come in. You've had to be very defensive and guarded, and I can see why, because a lot of painful things have happened. But once you start healing, then you can start allowing the light of newness, new blessings, the unexpected. Better than expected would be a really good mantra. This or something better. So, all right, Libra, that's your reading. I hope that was helpful. Have a great week. Take care.